it's round 1. We're in a new season. And with me in the booth is Synchronizer. And a special guest as well. Don Davey.
Yep. You don't know. Don Davey back in the house. Masters Championship.
The legend.
Let's go!
So we have a new grid. New players. If you can introduce them, maybe.
Yes, so brand new season in the Masters Championship can only mean one thing. More fantastic races, more and even better, quicker drivers. And I'm just going to quickly take you through them. So in the Mercedes, we've got ex-Pertamobile, or however you pronounce it. His teammate is VRT Nick. I think he's a debutant, not too sure. In the Ferrari, we've got Cugino and TMC SH. In the Red Bull, we've got Matt Tibos and Kombi Korami. In the McLaren, we've got Scuba MUFC and TMC CR7. In the Renault, we've got IGK Nolan Power. His teammate is ILRT Thomas. In the Racing Point, we've got TMC John Evan Terry, who I believe isn't here today. And his teammate is TTG Vapor Rowan. In the Toro Rosso, we've got Medium Pilot and Kalsper. In the Haas, we've got M&T Lion. And a bit of a surprising name to my eyes here, Mystic Joker, yet again making another return to TMC. But the question is, how long for? Because as we know, it does seem to like evaporate after so far into the season. In the Alfa Romeo, we've got Louis Welsh and PMP Pat, and in the Williams, we've got Super Guy NL and F1 Milan Ryan.
Cheers.
So yeah, sorry for the bit of delay. We're already 10 minutes in quali or something. We had some issues with streaming, but we fixed it. And we're here. So let's see who is the fastest right now. It's the two Renault boys, I think.
Yeah, I just want to point out as well that we have actually got a few reserves today. We've got who's the reserves? We've got Wesker. He's racing as a reserve today. We've got MES Tidgman. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. It's Dutch. You tell me. He's racing in the Toro Rosso, and we've also got Captain Chubbs racing in the Mercedes. So those are the 3 reserves, boys.
Good to know, thank you.
Well, at the minute, we've got 2 minutes left to qualify, and it's ILRT Thomas who's currently on pole position with his teammate in second, Nolan Power. Is this going to be a Renault 1-2 synchronizer?
I hope. No, of course I have to say I hope for a Haas 1-2, but I think that's going to happen.
I mean,
yeah.
Let's see.
Personally, I've got no idea about who's quick, who's slow. The only person I really know is Louis Welsh. And at the moment, he can only manage third, so...
Kevin is quick. Of course, Wesker, we all know him.
Yeah, from last season we have...
Captain Chubbs, also a very quick guy.
TMC SH is back from last season. Kujingo,
Used to race with him.
CR7, Kalsper, Wesker,
Mount Lion, we don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of new guys. I don't know what the pace is going to be like.
Kumikuri is quite okay. FUT Nick. Mystic Joker was pretty decent.
He's struggling at the moment, though. Down in 15th position. The American's going to have to sort himself out very quick. Only 50 seconds to go.
Who was TTG Vaporeon again?
That he was used to be called Darkbolt, I think.
Ah, Darkbolt, yeah. Okay.
Right then, boys. So the boys are pretty much just gearing up for their last hot lap now. Then, so who should we ride on board with? Who do you think? I think Louis Welsh is on an absolute flyer. Then he's just started his lap. Then, so let's ride on board with Louis Welsh. Then, so he's in that Alfa Romeo. Yep. What do you think Lewis's prospects is for the season? Then, Focky.
He's always been really fast, so I think he is gonna challenge for the win tonight and maybe for the championship this season.
Interesting to say. As Nolan Power completes his hot lap, he can't improve. He's in third at the moment. As we continue to ride on board with Louis Welsh, then is this going to be a pole position lap then for the young Brits? At the moment, everything's going smoothly. You got to bear with me as well, people. It's been a long time since I've done this, so
nice lines.
Well, I think you're doing a good job so far.
Couple of corners to go then for Louis Welsh.
Power is on the medium tire. Watch out for him.
Here comes Louis Welsh then, over the line. He goes pole with a 1.3.6.
Wow.
And if you take a look at ILRT Thomas then, he's just behind him then as he comes round the final corner. Is Thomas going to snatch pole position then? He can't. Meanwhile,
P3.
we've got Cugino, he's coming around the final corner as well. He's on an absolute flyer then, the Ferrari driver. Oh, he's gone wide, he's messed up. Cugino! Oh. It's over, qualifying is over for Cugino. I think that's it as well, boys.
I think that's it, yeah, that's it. We got an Alfa Romeo broken, I think it's PMP pad. His car is broken.
So,
wow.
pretty much, yeah.
That was a quick one from Louis.
Yes, very quick indeed. 103.655, and look how close he was to second place, man. That is just, it's unlucky. So, before we get into the race and that, boys, what's the best strategy then for these boys in Austria? Is it a one stop, two stop?
I would say one stop, soft to medium. At least that's what we tried, Fucky, yesterday.
Yes. We did a little of practice, and I think soft to medium is doable, but yeah, we don't know what the weather is going to be. There's always a chance for a little rain, maybe. So yeah, really interested to see what's going to happen.
And we have to keep an eye out for Nolan Power, who's on the medium at fourth place. That's very true. So yeah, he's in a very good position.
Nah, his best lap time is actually on the soft tyres, boys.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you need to change it to best on the thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he's just done that one hot lap and then just testing out the mediums, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bit of a disappointing return for the American Mystic Joker, all the way down in 16th position, not where we're used to seeing him. If I remember rightly, I think he was he the first ever TMC champion? I can't even remember, it's been that long, but yeah, it's not a good return for him, boys.
You know better than me, I think.
Well, this is like, what season is this now? Season 9?
I think this is season 9, yeah, we're starting now.
So here it is, and there is the top 10. Louis Walsh is going to be on the front row of the grid with Thomas. TMC, Cristiano Ronaldo 7 in third. In fourth is Nolan Power, Casper in fifth, and MES Tidgman in sixth. It's going to be an interesting race, boys. When you look at them lap times, it's very close.
Yes, if you look at Mystic Joker, who's only in P15, I think, he's only 6/10, 7/10 of P1. So it's a really, really close field here.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to just
about the DRS trains, because you know this track, a lot of DRS. It's difficult to get out of it, so.
Yeah. But if there's one thing I've learned from over the years, it's that Austria does always be a spectacular race. So I'm hoping for the same again tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to just quickly mention as well before the race starts about the new point system and that. So there's a lot of change in there.
We changed the point system. I think everyone gets a point now. Let me put this up.
Which makes it good for people at the back. It gives them something to continue racing for. So it's a good idea.
Less retirements, hopefully.
Yeah. This might help people like Silas and myself get a few points.
Yeah, what do you think about... you're going to be racing in Division 3 on the Fridays, and what do you think about that field?
Well, Division 3, it's where I've got my one and only TMC race win, so history can hopefully repeat itself.
So yeah, I've got a point system here. First place is going to get 30 points. Second place 25. Third place 20, 4, 18, 5th, 15, 6th, 14, 7th, 13 points, 8, 12, then 9, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 20th place gets 0 points.
Okay.
Let's see. So
And I
top
think
10 on softs. Then we
actually I
have
think
Matt
pole
in
position
the
is
hard
2 points
tire.
as well.
Yeah, pole position is also 2 points. We got 1 hard runner, 3 guys on the medium tire, Wesker, Kumit Komi, and Pat. You should keep an eye on Matt.
Interesting
Hard
that Mystic Joker and Vaporeon have both decided to go for the softs at the back of the grid. That's a bit of an interesting decision there. I think I'd have gone for the mediums myself, but
bit aggressive, yeah. So I will take a close eye on the back of the field. Fucky, if you want to do the front.
Okay.
We should cover.
Do you want me to do the race start?
Yeah, I think Richie will do that.
Yeah.
I think he's doing a good job right now.
So here we go then. The boys are about to get the season underway. Round 1 in Austria in this new TMC calendar. Lewis Welsh, is he going to bring home the bacon, or is the Renault boys going to have something to say about that? We'll soon find out then, as the boys line themselves back up towards the grid. In what is a beautiful day here in Austria, but you know, the weather can change. It's a long race, 36 laps, anything can happen. Last season in Division 1 we saw an absolute massive pile up on lap 1. Let's hope we don't see the same today. Quick prediction, Focky and Sync before the race starts. Who's it going to be?
Louis Welsh.
So Louis Welsh then. 2 predictions. I'm going to go for Nolan Power then, as we wait for the lights to come on here at Austria. Here we go. 4 lights, 5 lights. And here we go then in Austria. Round 1, TMC, and the Toro Rosso's had an absolute stonking start, but Louis Welsh has got an absolute brilliant start. ILLT Thomas following him around, and TMC CR7 just about sneaks through in 3rd. Nolan Power still there in 4th. Kalsper in 5th. Not too many changes, I don't think I can see at the moment. It's a very clean start. Not sure what's going on at the back, boys. Hello? Is anybody there? Anyway, Nolan Power making a big move down the inside. 2 positions in 1 corner. Yes, he can. Nolan Power up to 2nd. But I'll tell you something, TMC CR7 fighting back. Can you still hear me, boys? Hello?
Yeah, you're all good.
Oh. Say something.
Same boys doing it on me, but sure, they've disconnected, so I may as well help and join you here. But yeah.
Oh, is that what's happened?
Yeah. I think few of them disconnected, but yeah, basically, as you were saying about the streaming all earlier as well, is that I have to do the stream because you couldn't connect, so it's a bit out of sync a wee bit, but I'm here now, so hopefully it's alright. But as you were saying about the start, Nolan Power got an absolutely fantastic start, and he's about to make a move here in CR7 right now outside of the hairpin. Can he make the move? CR7's got an absolutely fantastic bit of traction, but Nolan Power manages to make the move, and Thomas, his teammate, is looking to come, and Kevin could be losing 2 spots here, but he's trying to go for it again. It's close, but he can't make the move.
Yeah, great start from the Renault boy Nolan Power, then 4th up into 2nd. But I'll tell you what, Danny Morris, look at Louis Welsh, already gone into the distance, 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, that's what happens. But you see, when you're battling around this track, you lose so much lap time. And you can clearly see after 1 lap, 2.5 seconds. So I think it's going to be very hard for someone to close that back in on him, because you know yourself, he's a very, very quick driver. So could be an easy win for Lewis at the minute.
Yeah, and it looks like we've lost the 2 Dutch boys then, Dan. So it looks like it's me and you, son.
That's it. May as well. But yeah, as you were saying there as well, Matt went for the hards. That's an interesting strategy now. I don't know if I'd went for that myself.
Well, you know more than me, Dan, so if that's what you think, then I guess that's what's correct. I just want to say as well, Vaporeon, however, I think it's Vaporeon, he's gained 6 positions from the start, and MES Tidjum, he's not lost 9 positions, so not sure what happened at the back, Dan, but something must have gone wrong.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but thankfully I don't think anybody's broke their front wings, so that's very, very good to see that people are all still going. It's still pretty close as well, so that's what you want. But Mystic, as we said after, he's having a battle with PMP Pat. Mystic on the soft tyres should be making this move very, very easy, having the much fresher tyres and the better grip. but it's good side by side racing between the two of them. But I think Mystic's going to get ahead, and he is indeed. So that's Mystic now up on the 13th.
Yeah, great moves there from Mr. Joker, then back in TMC for the first time in a very long time. I'm still trying to get used to the buttons, Dan, so you're going to have to bear with me.
Oh, that's alright, don't worry about that, don't worry about that. Oh, but who was that? That is... Mez Tidgman is in the pits, so he must have sustained a wee bit of wing damage there in the front left, so he's the first pits stopper. Yeah.
And we could have a move here as Cugino lines up Nico, then into the slipstream. He comes in the Ferrari. Cugino, can he get the move done? Oh, he's going to go for it then. Up the inside goes Cugino. And I think he's just going to squeeze through then. So great driving there from the Ferrari, but he hasn't quite got through just yet then. Nick is not giving up without a fight then as we come down again then on the inside still. And I think Cugino's got the move done now then, Dan, especially with DRS now activated.
Yeah, he does indeed, and very beautiful move there from Cugino, and in the background as well, TGG Vaporon, who is also known as Dark Bull, so I'm just going to call him Dark Bull because it's so much easier than to pronounce that name. Him and Captain Chubbs having a bit of a battle, but Captain Chubbs manages to stay ahead, so all good.
Yeah, it's been a good start to the race so far here in Austria. That for Lewis, who was pulling away, it's starting to come down a little bit, I've noticed. So is Nolan Power just taking his time? I'm going to take the race between the end, but he is catching him, Dan.
He is catching him as well, but he is pulling Thomas, Kelsper and CR7 along with him and SH, so if he can keep picking this pace up, you could see a 5-6 way battle for the lead.
Yeah, that's what we want to see. We want to see plenty of action. Mystic Joker is very close to PMP Pat. I think Mystic Joker might just go for the move. He is on the better tyres at this stage of the race. He's still just a bit too far back then. It's a hard track when everybody's so close and everybody's getting DRS down.
Yeah, it is.
It's difficult to uptake.
It is indeed. It's very, very hard. But I'm just also looking at the ERS deployment here for everybody as well. The top Nolan, you can see, is using a lot more ERS to try and catch Lewis. Lewis is just comfortable in front, and then the guys behind don't have to use the ERS because they're getting towed along by Nolan. So at the minute, the guys behind Nolan are in a very comfortable position for the final 2 podium spots.
Yeah, I agree with you there. What lap time do you reckon? What lap do you reckon we're looking at for these tyres to be wearing out?
I would say the best time to pit if you want to get the optimal undercut is probably lap 12, lap 13 on the softs to mediums.
Okay then. Oh, and a bit of a mistake there from Captain Chubbs. He's made a very big mistake, and his teammate Nick now has a great opportunity maybe to get this move done once he gets that DRS. And also look at Dartbolt up the inside, going into turn 1. Dartbolt on VRT Nick gets the move done beautifully, and this could be a double overtake, you know, because Captain Chubbs is in the slipstream, but I just don't think he's quite going to get there unless he does go for the dive bomb. Is he going to go for it? Dartbot thought about it, but in the end just decides to stay behind then. So action all over the field, Dan.
All over the field is right, and Mystic Joker and Combi Kermi are having a battle, and looks like Mystic's dropping off a wee bit now from these guys behind, and Combi is starting to pick up a bit of the pace. And is he going to go around the outside? It'd be a beautiful move if he can make it, but no, Mystic manages to cover it brilliantly. But Combi tried to go for a bit of switchback, and just on the towers he's on didn't have the traction, so Mystic stays ahead.
Are you as surprised as I was surprised on Mystic starting on the soft tyres?
Me personally, I thought Mystic should have started in the mediums. I was very surprised at the soft shares.
Especially being at the back as Louis Walsh pits on lap 6, Danny Morris.
That's an interesting one. Depends what tyres he goes for as well. So he is going to go for the mediums. So is this going to be a 2-stop strategy? Don't know, it could be a very interesting one if it does. I'm not sure if the 2 stops quicker than the 1.
Yeah, we do now have a new race leader, IGK Nolan Power. TMC CR7 though, very close behind him. He's got DRS, but I just don't think again he's quite going to be close enough. He's got a lot of ERS though, Dan.
Yeah, he does indeed. So he's pretty comfortable in that aspect, but he just can't really get close to Nolan. Nolan looks like he's a lot more straight line speed. And then Thomas in behind is just sitting pretty comfortable, as well as Kelsper. It's interesting now to see how Kelsper gets on, because he was one of the favourites last season, but now that you've got new guys in like Thomas and Nolan and Lewis and all, it's going to be interesting now to see how Kelsper fares. And at the minute he's still showing he's up there with the front guys, so it's good to see. Oh, but who is that? I thought that was Nolan was going wide. It's not it.
Hang on, TMC CR7. He's into the pit. Oh, the big crash in the pit lane! Big crash! IGK Nolan and TMC CR7 have crashed in the pit lane, Danny Morris.
That is not what you want to see. Crashing in the pit lane, Jesus Christ.
Well, I'm not too sure what happened, but I'm pretty sure there was a bit of a controversial pit entry from one of those two then.
Yeah,
because they
I
were
think
side by side coming around the final corner.
I think it was Nolan. Kevin took to the inside, and I think Nolan just completely cut across him, and I think that's what caused the incident. So it'll be interesting now to see how the stewards feel about it after the race.
Yeah, well, I've saved the video clip anyway, just in case we need another look at it. But it's the last place you expect to see a crash stand, isn't it, in the pit lane?
Oh, it is indeed. Well, I think he managed to get away with no wing damage, so fair play. I think did CR7 get away with wing damage? I'm not sure. He's a wee bit behind, so
just have another little look down, see who's close. We've got Wesker, the reserve. He's doing pretty well, up in 8th position at the moment.
He is indeed. Well, Wesker's one of these drivers though that doesn't really he doesn't have much faith in himself. He doesn't believe that he can actually mix it in with some of these guys, and I think sometimes it's... Oh, and what is that? Is that Thomas as well? Thomas has had a bit of a stop in the pit lane as well, so don't know what happened here. Maybe he just completely cut the grass and stopped, because he just stopped and Kelsper just drove straight through him.
I just want to point out as well, if you look at Louis Welsh and Nolan Power, look at the gap that Drama has done to Louis Welsh. He is miles clear of Nolan Power.
Oh, he is.
Absolutely miles clear.
Miles clear. And thinking of that there as well, like Nolan Power was battling with Kelsper and Thomas. He's lost out massively to that. Kelsper's now going to be in net second place.
Yep. And I don't know what's going on with Nolan Power, but the pressure's really starting to get to him now because he's just picked up a 3-second penalty. And that's the first penalty of the day as well, Dan.
Mystic also picked up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane as well. I've seen that.
Oh, Mystic. Yeah, it's easily done. I tend to do that at least twice a race, so I know how it feels.
Yeah, I know Mystic was telling me before coming into this race that he's very, very nervous because he hasn't league raced in months, so he's a bit nervous to be back. So we'll see how he gets on. Yeah, exactly.
We've got Louis Welsh then all over the back of Comby. Then Louis Welsh on his fresh tyres, wants to get these moves done as quick as he can. It's just being held up at the moment. But he's got a chance now then, a great exit from Louis Welsh then, down the home straight, up the inside, Comby, he's not even going to put up a fight. Easy work for Lewis then, up next, Wesker.
Up next is Wesker as well, and the question is Wesker going to battle him, because Wesker's nothing really to lose here, because he's a reserve, so I don't really think he is though. Yeah, Lewis has pretty much got past him. Yeah, pretty easy.
Breezes through then, Lewis, and I mean, the way things stand, it's pretty much Lewis's race to lose now at the minute, isn't it now?
Yeah, it is indeed, but Richie, I must say something, it looks like it's getting a wee bit darker out there.
Interesting point. Perhaps that is why Lewis did do the early pit. He thought it might work out better for when the rain comes, maybe.
And it might also give an indication as to why Matt Tybel started in his meet hards as well.
Oh yeah, good point. I think we are going to be seeing some wet weather very soon here in Austria. Lap 10 of 36. It's been a good race so far.
It has indeed, and you know yourself from the previous seasons what Austria and the wet does for the race, and it's spectacular.
Exactly. Plus there's still a chance of a safety car as well, which could spice things up even more.
Yeah, exactly. But Lewis, that's the fastest lap.
What close battles have we got going on? We've got Louis Welsh behind his teammate, but I think that's just going to be an easy... I think the teammate's just going to let him go through basically, so... Other than that... we've got Comby and Wesker having a bit of a scrap for P6.
Yeah, Comby should be making this move, but he actually hasn't, so...
Yeah, Comby just taking his time. Meanwhile, Matt on them hard tyres is still keeping up with the boys, so... I think Matt could be on for a good result today.
He could be on for a good result, but he has lost in the last lap and a half. I think he's lost about 1.5 seconds to Kelsper behind, so he's going to get caught very quickly the longer he stays out. But on them hard tyres, he'd be able to stay out till at least lap 25, 26 anyway, so he'd be out for a long time.
Yep. Captain Chubbs, he's still out there on those soft tyres. Lap 10, he's got PMP. Well, I was going to say he's got PMP Pat behind him, but PMP Pat's just made the overtake, just missed that.
Yeah, I just want to look at the position changes because I did a few practice sessions with PMP Pat and he was looking very, very quick, but he started there at P15 this evening, so maybe he bottled a couple of his laps. I don't know, but I was very surprised to see him that low down.
Yeah, me too. Mystic Joker, meanwhile, still struggling a little at the back of the field, still getting his grind back into F1. It's not doing too bad, it's just he messed up on the strategy, I think. That's all it is.
Yeah, But you see CR7 is right behind Darkbolt now. Oh, and he picks up a 3-second penalty. That turn 1 is a very nightmare corner. You run wide and that's an extended track limits. But we'll see now if Kevin can make the move. I think he's just going to wait because he's going to get DRS for the next straight. So, oh, loses the back end just a bit, and I think that's allowed Darkbolt to get a bit of an edge on him, and can't see the move being made just yet. So we'll see Nolan as well. Nolan's right behind Coutinho.
Yeah. And Conwy and Wesker as well, still very close. This is going to be an interesting battle up, and it's going to go on for the remainder of this race. SH as well, he's the race leader at the moment, still yet to pit, lap 12. It's looking like a one-stop for SH, do you think? And,
yeah.
And Lion as well.
It all depends when the rain comes up, because these boys should be pitting in the next 2 or 3 laps for them tyres, so it needs to come very quickly if they're going to make it work.
Well, I mean, if the rain was coming, do you not think they would have pitted a long time ago?
It's a tough one to say, because you see they could easily pit again and go for another set of softs, and then when the rain comes out, pit for a set of intermediates. So that would be perfect strategy for them, which is probably what they're going to do. But I don't know. It's a very strange one. I don't know what they're thinking here.
Meanwhile, CR7 did actually make the move there on Darkbolt, so he's now up into P13. He's still going to be kicking himself for his little pit lane crash there with Nolan Power. Absolute stupidity of an incident that was, but yeah, that's what happens. Go from P2 all the way down to near the back of the field as SH continues for yet another lap, and so does Lion.
Now we've got Lewis just right behind him. He's just catching them so quickly.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that Lewis is actually pitted and he's still caught him up again.
I know. It's actually mental. It'd be a shame. It's a shame Medium Pilot isn't here, because he probably could have given him a bit of a challenge, but as we're saying that Lewis got up the inside of Lion, I can't really see Lion defend it too hard. He doesn't really, and Lewis pretty much easy move.
And also Kalsper's just gone up the inside of Matt Tibos, and it's an easy move for Kalsper then. So he's now back up into P8 then. Kalsper looking solid for a podium today.
Yeah, he caught him very quick there too, because I think it was lap 12. He was like 2.5 seconds behind. By the start of lap 14, he had already overtaken him. So shows Matt's going to really struggle on them hard tyres. It was a smart strategy to do, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's going to work out for him.
Yeah, and Captain Chubbs is really struggling now on these soft tyres. He's got Comey all over the back of him. Is Captain Chubbs going to dive into the pits slap? He's got to, surely, because he's under immense pressure now. Then there's Comey up the inside as we go around the final couple of corners. Gets the move done beautifully. The question is, can Wesker follow him through, Dan? He needs to. He needs
to get past them very quickly, because Captain Chubbs at the minute he's going to start to feel the wear of them tyres now. So this is the best time for Wesker to overtake. But Chubbs goes wide. Wesker should make the move, and they're side by side, but I think Wesker is going to make it. Yes, he does.
Yeah, big mistake there then. I think it's just the tyres catching up with him. As Thomas thinks about going up the inside of Matt Tibos, he's gone for a bit of a late dive bomb. It's a great move if he can pull this off. Just couldn't quite get it done as Matt Tibos holds on them for a little bit longer.
Yeah, he's still doing alright in them hard tyres, but I think ahead Casper was trying to make the move on Wesker, his gap really wasn't really there, but thankfully no harm done. Combi doing very well in P5, Wesker's still doing alright in P6, and then Casper's trying to make his way through the field.
Yep, and I just saw a raindrop.
I seen that as well, so there you go. Lewis has also made the move on SH, so SH is in the pits. Is he going to go for the enter straight away? Oh, it's going to be a bold call.
Hang on. Kalsper up the inside of Wesker. Great move from Kalsper. Up into P6 he goes. Wesker could do nothing about it, and this rain is starting to come down a bit heavier now than Danny Morris, so it's going to be time for intermediate soon. You've got to feel for SH.
You have to. I just seen that he pitted for a set of mediums when it's going to hamper his chances completely.
Yep. That's what I was saying as well. Maybe they should have pitted earlier, because it is backfiring now. MNT Lion though, he's going to try and hold it out, and on these soft tyres they're absolutely battered. He's done 15 laps, the young lad. Can he hold out for the intermediate? It's going to be interesting to see. Meanwhile, P Pat, this is working out okay for him at the moment then. He's coming in P3, he's probably going to be in P2 soon, because Lion's tyres are going off, and then bang, once he gets those intermediate tyres on, P Pat could be on for a podium today.
He could be. He's doing very well. But as I said, there, Calsper makes the move on combi and pretty easy.
Yeah. Interesting race now then.
So we'll say Hondo, Matt's strategy actually looks like it might have paid off.
I think it might have. But I'll tell you one thing, Captain Chubbs, he's struggling so bad out there on his battered soft tyres.
There we go, Matt's in.
I think he's going to be the first one.
Matt's in. Lions also in as well.
And Chubbs.
And Chubbs.
Chubbs had no choice. He was struggling.
SH goes, Mystic continues.
Yeah. So if you want to keep an eye on the race, I'll keep an eye on these intermediate boys just to see how they get on.
Yeah, I still think it's I think it's a lot too early.
I agree, 100%, 100%. But we'll have a look now then. Let's see how he gets around these first couple of corners then, Matt. See if this is the right time to bang the intermediate tyres on. It still looks a bit dry to me, but...
Yeah, these are the sort of conditions you hate. It's so close to being inters, but it's...
Sorry, Dan, he's all over the place on the exit there. I think you're right, Dan. I think it's a lap too early.
Yeah, and yeah, I can see Lion getting overtaken as well. Yeah, it's not ready. They went a lap too early.
Yep.
But yeah, at the minute, Wesker and Combi still doing a good job there in 4th and 5th. Like, Combi was saying to me, I think it was last week, he was sitting saying he doesn't think he's Division 1 pace, but he's P4 at the minute, so that definitely shows that he's definitely Division 1 pace.
Oh, for real, 100%. If you're in P4 in Division 1, then you definitely belong here. DRS is still actually enabled, so that's a clear sign that it's not ready, isn't it?
Yeah, and Nolan and Mystic. Oh, Mystic's got a 5-second penalty again for speeding in the pits.
He's been watching me too much.
I think he has, to be fair. But him and Nolan both just pitted for a set of intermediates, so...
And we just missed a move, actually. Thomas has just made the move on Wesker, just about caught there. So Thomas now up into P5. Wesker has been on these tyres for 17 laps and he's just started to struggle a little bit. Do you think... I don't know, do you think they'll come in this lap? Well, Lewis is going to stay out by the looks of it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to watch them on board. Like, Lewis, he is going a lot slower, but he doesn't seem to be struggling too much, so I still think it's way too early to pit. Well, as I said there, Pat's just completely understeered through the second last corner.
Yeah. I'm just watching Matt Tibos now. He's literally tiptoeing around the corners. It's a bad move. It's definitely a bad move.
I know. But the thing is, as well, it's because he was on the hard tyres, like the grip he's going to have in the damp conditions. But as I said, their Tizmiz is about to pit. Yes, he does.
Yeah. And Thomas has just got past Combi Koami as well. So Thomas now up into P4. Combi just struggling a little bit now on these 18 lap tyres compared to these boys on the fresher ones, especially with it being wet. But other than that, there isn't too many battles to look at the moment. Oh, and a big crash! Nolan Power is out of the race. Safety car deployed, Danny Morris.
Oh, that has helped Calsper now.
It's an interesting place where he's crashed, to be honest. I don't know how he's managed that, but Nolan Power, after a fantastic start to the race, up into P2. Oh, it's all ended in tears now then, so Nolan Power out of the race.
I think what could have happened was he understeered through the last corner and was stuck in the grass, and the car just didn't want to come back onto the track.
It's a shame for him.
That could have been, but Lewis basically gets a free pit stop.
Yep. Well, they're all going to get a free pit stop. What happened?
I was just watching Pat's pit entry. It was very questionable.
I'm going to have a look. Dot ball, good pit entry. SH, good pit entry. And VRT Nick, well, he's a bit far behind at the moment. Is this going to pay off for the likes of Lion and Tibos? I don't think it is. I still think they're too far behind. Yeah,
I still think if I was them, I'd pit for an offset inters, because I think they might have overcooked them.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, Matt Tibos gets a 3-second penalty. It's not going to be a race he's going to be remembering in a hurry.
Oh, definitely not.
So, at the moment, is it the top 5 you was expecting?
No, it wasn't. I definitely thought Lewis was going to be in first place, like out of a shadow of a doubt, but I did think that Nolan and maybe Lion was going to be second and third. So to see Combi and Wesker up in 5th and 6th, and also to see PMP Pat in second, it's quite a bit of a surprise, but it's very good to see that anybody can get a podium in this division.
Exactly. Question is as well, is the rain going to get heavier, or is it going to stop again? Or is it just going to stay inches? That could spice it up even more.
Could spice it up, but the way it's looking at the minute, it's still actually pretty dry. Well, it's not. It's getting there, but it's still nowhere near like getting completely full wet. So I think it'll probably be interest to the end.
So Louis Walsh then, lap 20 leads the race. PMP Pat in P2. We've got Kalsper in P3. Thomas is in P4. Kombikomi in P5. Wesker P6. Kugino P7. TMC CR7 P8. MNT Line in P9. Darkbolt aka Vaporion in P10. So yeah. I just want to say, Dan, while the safety car's out, I'm not sure who the debutants are today, but do you want to just remind us who they are and how the debute's going?
Oh, that's no problem. PMP Pat is a new debutant. So is ILRT Thomas, and who else? Mez Tidgeman is a reserve, so he's new, and then VRT Nick is also new, and MNT Lion is new, and Nolan's new, and Mystic has returned. So yeah, from that there, PMP Pat's, as I'm saying, from all the new guys, is the one that's shunning the most because he's in second place, and to be behind Lewis, I know it's his teammate and all, and Lewis was like 12 seconds clear, but to still be behind him, it's a good showing on his debut anyway. Thomas, fantastic as well. The qualifying was so close to Lewis, only separated by a couple of hundredths, so very good from him as well. And then Mystic's not having the best start to his return, but I can see it's getting better in the later races. Austria is a bit of a pain in the ass track, I must say myself. So I think at the minute most of the new guys are doing very well.
Yeah. All of them apart from Nolan Power.
Yeah.
Well, he was doing well, but
yeah, he was
one of those.
It's just one of them things, but the safety car is in this lap, so it's going to be. The question is now: do you think PMP Pat's going to challenge Lewis, or do you think he's going to hold everybody else behind to let Lewis get away?
Well, me personally, I would be challenging him because I don't want P2, I want P1, but it's just, I don't know, it's just the way he sees it. But do you reckon he's got the pace to keep up with Lewis?
Lewis is a different sort of driver. Like Lewis is just ridiculously quick on any conditions, so I don't know. I think if Lewis is in front, he's just going to comfortably pull away, but we'll never know. We'll find out.
He's already gone. Lewis has already pulled away then as we get back underway here in Austria. Great restart from Lewis. Absolutely fantastic start. Meanwhile, anywhere behind anything close, everyone's pretty. I think the closest one we've got is Kalsper behind PM Pat then.
We've also got Lion trying to overtake Chubbs in the turn 1. I think Chubbs has went wide again. He does not like that turn 1, which is give Lion a perfect opportunity to get him into the hairpin at turn 3 it is, but it really is turn 2. And it looks like he's going to get the inside. Chubbs isn't really going to fight it too much, so Lion goes up into 14th. And Kalsper and Pat still going very close now, second and third. Lewis has pulled out a 1.5 second gap, so
yeah,
pretty handy for him.
Yeah, I think he's gone again now then, Lewis. I think it's going to be hard to peg him back down, especially with so many people having penalties behind as well. It's just, I think it's in the bag unless he makes a big mistake. But Kalsper, it was close to Pat's when we got underway, still pretty close, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to get close enough to overtake Pat at the moment, because Pat's showing great pace out there, Dan.
He is indeed, and the way it's going at the minute though, it could be full points for Alfa Romeo on the first race of the season.
Yeah, it's a great start. That's exactly what the bosses would have wanted. A 1-2. But Fian Pat, bit slow through turn 1. Kalsper, he's got plenty of ERS, but then again they've all got ERS after that safety car.
Yeah, they do indeed, and Matt was very close to overtaking SH there, so I think Matt now in the intermediate conditions should be a lot closer to these guys ahead, so we'll see now what his pace is like compared to the guys ahead.
Sorry Dan, PMP Pat was very slow there through that corner, and Kalsper's got a chance to take P2, then lines him up in the slipstream. Pat goes defensive, round the outside goes Kalsper, just not going to get the move done. He's been squeezed out a little bit by Pat, and Pat's going to hold on for P2 for now, Dan, but I'll tell you what, Pat is under pressure.
Yeah, he is indeed. Kalsper's all over the back of him. If Kalsper wants to catch Lewis, he needs to make this move very, very quickly.
Yes, indeed. But to be fair, there is still 14 laps to go, so anything can happen as Pat makes a mistake. Kalsper's got a chance now then, coming into the final couple of corners. Can Kalsper get it done? He's going to go for it. He's committed, up the inside.
Good move. Very good move.
Great move. Great respect shown as well from Pat though. Pat's going to fight back then as we come down the home straight. Great exit from Pat then. Here he comes up the inside. They're touching wheels, side by side. And I think Pat is going to regain P2, but Kalsper's coming back for more. This is sensational stuff. Danny Morrison down into turn one. Oh, bit of contact! Bit of contact, and look at Thomas! He's going to fly through into P2. He's going to say thank you very much. That is all, folks.
Beautiful. It was beautiful. To be fair, beautiful spec was shown between Kalsper and Pat, but Thomas just took full advantage of the mistake that was being made, and see Kalsper again get up the inside of Pat. Oh, it's close. It's very close, and all this battling behind is just helping the guys behind just to keep that gap.
I'll tell you what though, Dan, this is what we want to see. Even in the wet conditions, there's plenty of action, and that's what we're getting as Lewis continues to pull away into the distance. Great stuff here in Austria.
Yeah, very good. And we'll see, the biggest gap at the minute is, apart from Lewis to Thomas, is probably Nick to Matt, but then you've Wesker who's a second behind Coutinho, sorry. Wesker needs to pull that gap back, and CR7 will be itching at the bit to get past Wesker very, very quickly. I know these two will probably be in a party together, so I think he'd be like, Wesker, get out of the way. But we'll see if Wesker moves out of the way or if Wesker actually fights it for himself.
And I think we did just miss a move at the back as well. MNT Lion did just get past Tidjum there for P14, but that's not. Well, actually, it is good enough for points because you get points in every position now, don't you?
Yeah, it is indeed. And Mystic, like, I'm not even joking. I think these boys from 13th the whole way down to 16th have changed positions every lap. I think one of them are just making a mistake and they all want to just overtaking them.
Yeah, I agree completely.
SH right behind Darkbolt in the turn 3. He's going to go up the inside. Darkbolt, it was close.
Yeah, a little bit of contact, nothing major though.
Major is
so
close.
Difficult. It's so difficult to overtake without the DRS, man.
Oh, it is indeed. I know.
Wet.
You're just banking on someone to make a mistake, like PMP Pat, and
exactly.
Can't overtake Thomas. Like Kalsper can't overtake Pat. So, I think we could be seeing this unless someone makes a massive mistake. I think this could be the order for the remaining of the race. Well, apart from penalties, but
Pat has though still got 100% ERS, so you know he's managing that well. So is Lewis. Well, Lewis doesn't even need to use it, does he? To be honest,
he doesn't. But Thomas is closing the gap a wee bit because Thomas is trying to push.
Thomas wants that P2 and he wants it badly. Pulling away a little bit then from Pat, but as we said, Pat is just saving his ERS a little bit. But Kalsper again, all over the back of PMP Pat. These are having a fantastic battle at the moment, Danny Morris.
They are indeed having absolutely fantastic racing between them. Thomas has pulled out a bit of a gap now to Pat, so Pat's not really going to have much of a slipstream.
Sorry Dan, Captain Chubbs makes a big mistake and MNT Lion's going to go straight for up the inside then, so Captain Chubbs now down to P14.
Well, at the end of the day, still points from him, but and he's went completely outbroke himself, and that's going to probably put him in the last one. Not really, because Mystic Joker's still there.
Yeah, the American not having a great return at the moment, but he's still going to get points on the board. That's all that matters as we're on lap 26 or 36, and so not long to go. Doesn't look like the rain's going to give him down, so I think these Inters are on to the end. Yeah,
they are indeed, and everybody should comfortably get to the end on them as well, so we'll not really see any more pit stops. But Matt's keeping the gap to SH. SH is also keeping the gap to Darkbolt. Mystic's overtaking Chubbs, so Chubbs is completely struggling, and Mystic's pulled out a second and a half on him, so I think Chubbs has sustained a bit of wing damage probably.
Yeah, can only imagine so. Anybody close?
Lion's close to Nick, and Kalsper's also close to Pat.
Yep. Oh, Pat's made a bit of a mistake, and Kalsper's going to make the move. Oh, Pat is going to be kicking himself when he watches it back later. Simple, silly mistake, and is now out of the podium positions. Is this going to come back to haunt him? Jesus.
It's just a shame I missed that move. I was too busy watching Lion versus Nick into turn 1, so I completely missed that move.
Sorry, bro.
That's alright. But Coutinho's still close behind Combi. Not Combi, I keep saying Combi. Coutinho's close behind Combi yet. So these two I think these two are friends as well in real life. I'm not sure. So the respect between these two should be very, very good. Pat, he's still keeping there with Kalsper. Hopefully Kalsper doesn't pull out, get fall too far behind Thomas because we want to see these guys close, but Lewis, no ERS, is just pulling away now, so it looks like he's got it dropped up.
Well, I've just had a look at the position change, and I'll tell you what, Pat has made 11 position changes in this race. This has been an absolute dream of a race for him. He never would have imagined this at the start of the race.
No, definitely not. He called it perfect. He called it very well on the strategy and kept himself out of trouble, and that has shown has helped him. Oh, watching Nick nearly lost out of the last corner, but thankfully calls for a 3-second penalty. A lot of guys are picking up penalties. I think the only person that hasn't is Lewis.
Yeah.
Oh, Coutinho's very close here now to Combi. Up in the turn 3. Is he going to go up the inside? He is indeed. Combi is going to fight it, but I think Coutinho's going to get the better traction, and he is indeed, and that's an easy move for Coutinho.
Yeah, great stuff there from Coutinho. Up into P5. What nationality is Coutinho? Hang on a minute. Combi? No, he's not. Is he Brazilian?
They're both German.
Oh.
Coutinho used to be Kirsten Kev. I don't know if you remember him.
Oh, yeah.
That's who Coutinho is.
Yeah, man. Louis Welsh gets a 3-second penalty. First one of the race. He's going to be annoyed with himself. He's all out there, all on his own, looking to get the race win and no penalties, and he's going to throw it away on lap 28 then. But it doesn't matter. He's still bringing home the bacon.
Oh, well, that depends if Thomas has any penalties, because if Lewis gets one more, Thomas is going to be up there.
That's very true. But I am pretty sure Thomas has got one, I think. But we'll see.
We will see indeed. It's getting a wee bit spread out. When Matt's still close behind Dark Bolton, and then SH and Kevin are close behind Wesker, and then Combi still close behind Coutinho. So there's still a couple of battles out there, but other than that, it's getting a wee bit spread out.
Yeah. We've done well though. It's taken till lap 29. Need to calm down, so that's what you want.
That is indeed. Love an all safety car though.
Exactly, yeah. Meanwhile, as you said, Matt all over the back of Dot Bolt. Matt thinks about the move. He's going to go for the move then. Matt Tibos up the inside of Dot Bolt. Contact, but only minor. And I think Dot Bolt's just going to hold on, Dan.
I think he is, but Matt's not going to go down without a fight here. Matt's going to go around the outside because Dark Bolt's going to defend the inside line. Yeah, Dark Bolt's going to hang him out to dry, so Matt is going to have to do it again next lap around.
Yeah, I think that could be the battle to keep an eye on at the moment, because as you said, everywhere else is pretty much spread out, and so all eyes on these two then. Matt and Vaporion. Just seems to be struggling a little bit, Dark Bolt, to me.
Yeah, he does indeed. Maybe he put on a dry setup at the start of the race. That could have been, or for qualifying. So he probably could have been doing that, which is now he's struggling in the wet conditions.
Yeah. I think he could be in trouble now this lap if Matt Tibos this time can make the move stick. However, Dotbot has pulled out a little bit of a gap, which might just save him for another lap. I think Matt's nowhere near as close as he was last lap.
Nick also picks up a 3-second penalty, but there's a battle up ahead. Wesker, Kevin and SH. Wesker's still doing a fantastic job in P7.
Yes, he is. The Division 2 driver stepping up into the Big Boys League today, doing Austria proud at the moment. Not long to go in this race. Can't see too much changing, but hopefully we do get one more fantastic battle before the race ends.
Oh, Matt! Oh, Dark Balls went white. Matt's made the move. Matt just bided his time. Lion's right behind them now as well, so we're gonna have a wee 3-way fight for P10.
We did say we thought Dark Ball was struggling. Do you think it's getting heavier to you, or is it just me?
It looks like it's getting a wee bit heavier, but I don't really think it's going to get too bad for wet tires.
Oh! Dark Ball almost losing it yet again, just about held it together, and that has gave Lion a chance to get right up behind him now. Dark Ball struggling, and I don't know, Dan, this looks like it's getting very heavy to me at the moment.
Oh!
He's made a mistake, Dark Ball, and here goes Lion. Lion goes up into P11, and Dark Bolt at the moment all over the place, absolutely struggling out there on this dry setup. Having a shambles. Good job that there's points for P12 and 11.
I know, and Nick's also catching as well.
Yeah, this is interesting stuff. It seems like the rain's worse in Sector 3, to me.
Yeah, it seems like the first and second sectors, you couldn't get away with in dry tires, like, but it's not too bad, like.
Yeah.
What else have we got? So Nick's also pulled in an extra half a second on these guys ahead. This battle's going to go on to the end of the race now between Matt, Lion, Dark Bolt and Nick.
Yep. Only 5 more laps to go here in Austria. Still plenty of time for plenty of action as Louis Walsh leads the field by 7.5 seconds. He's got this in the bag now, surely, even with another penalty then. So it's all down to who can get the podium. With all these penalties, it's going to be interesting at the end of the race.
Oh, Matt's picked up another penalty. That is not what he wants.
No, it's not.
Oh, Nick! Oh, Jesus! Oh, he's on the grass. Oh, that save though he did out of that last corner. Jesus Christ! Fair play. That looked like he was going straight into the wall there.
There's another 3-second penalty dished out there to Dartbolt.
Here we go. SH is he going to make the move up into Kevin up into turn 3? No, he's not. He wasn't close enough. Oh, but it's behind. Lions making the move on Matt. Oh, Lions went deep. Matt's going to get the better traction. Beautiful helicopter shot on Matt. Fantastic traction. Way you go. See you later.
SH then, he's now going to make the move down on CR7. Easy as you like. CR7 doesn't even fight it, but he's going to come for the cutback then. CR7, aka Kevin, has got that position back then. Great battle between these two, Dan. Keep on board.
Oh, it is indeed. Caught that pretty well. And also Kelsper has caught up to the back now of Thomas, so P2 still on the card here for Kelsper.
It is indeed. Time's running out though for these boys. Not long to go here in Austria now. 4 laps to go.
4 laps to go, and lower position still up for grabs.
The rain's stopped as well now. Out of nowhere, the rain's just stopped. It's gone from looking like it was getting worse to just stopping.
Imagine like a dray the last lap and someone went for a set of soft tyres.
Well, it's going to be interesting. I don't think it's going to dry up in 4 laps, is it? So
Nah, it'll not.
Casper is now all over the back of ILRT Thomas then, so can he get this move done in the next couple of laps for P2, which is definitely what Casper wants then, because he wants to be winning this championship at the end of the season, so he needs that P2.
Does indeed, but Lion made the move on Matt. Matt couldn't defend it this time around. Matt's running very low on ERS. Lion's got a lot of it, and SH went deep.
Yep. He made the move as well, Dan. SH made the move and then he made the mistake and went deep, and CR7 is back up there into P8 then, so SH is just getting a little bit scrappy out there. Pushing a bit hard to get this move done.
And Matt Tybus also made the move on Lion, but he went deep as well, and Lion just came back and took him as well. So it's getting a bit feisty there. People are starting to go for the extra positions now, but I want to check who's got the fastest lap. Oh, it is Lewis, so it looks like Lewis is going to pick up a full 33 points here this evening.
Great stuff from Lewis. 3 laps to go here in Austria. Everything to play for, points all over the field. Oh, I've just seen somebody in the pits. There I have. Mystic Joker. Into the pits he goes. Is he going for the gamble, Dan? Is he going for the gamble?
Hey, he's not had to lose. He's not going to lose any positions to Chubbs anyway.
That's true. It might pay off. I don't know how, but
no, he's not set enters.
oh, he's got the drive-through penalty as well. The stop-go penalty. It's a shame for Mystic, but he's still going to get points, so it's not all doom and gloom for the American.
But here we go. Chubbs is in the pits. Is Chubbs going to risk it?
Big man Chubbs then.
Oh, but SH and Kevin. I think SH is making the move here now. Yes, he has made a done beautiful move. Surprised SH couldn't come back, but see now is Chubbs he's retired in the pits.
Yeah, and Casper's very close to ILRT Thomas then. With 2 laps to go here in Austria, can Casper get this move done? It's going to be a fantastic battle to keep an eye on.
Isn't these yellow flag in sector 1? Don't know why it's third sector. Oh, it's probably because Chubbs is QR. But we'll see now. It's going to be interesting because Kelsper's not really the sort of guy that picks up a lot of penalties. So Kelsper actually could, in terms of penalties, maybe get second place. I'm not 100% sure.
Yep. Well, we've got yellow flags again. Oh, there it is. I think Dartbolt all over the place, losing positions left, right, and centre. There goes Nick, and here comes Tidjum. Around the outside of Dartbolt. I think Dartbolt's going to lose 2 positions before we even get to turn 3, but Dartbolt's gone very late on the brakes. Is it going to pay off?
Doesn't look like it.
I don't know though, because Tidjum has got the inside line and Nick's made a hash of the exit. This is going to get close between the 3 drivers then, side by side. We've got Tidjum, Nick and Dartbolt, and in the end somehow Dartbolt has come out best.
And Tidjum nearly took Nick out as well, but Nick has managed to somehow get back to position. And he's in the P12.
Oh, and we've got a spinner. It's CR7. He's half spawn an MNT Lion. He's going to take that position with ease up into P9. It's happening all over the place, Dan.
It is indeed. I think the tires are worn out for some people.
Yeah.
Because it's basically bone dry now, they're overheating them. But we are on the last lap, and Lewis is at turn 3, pretty comfortable.
Yep. And I think Kalsper's just going to run out of time. I think Thomas has got plenty of ERS as well, so, and fuel. So I think Kalsper's going to struggle for that one.
Yeah, I think so myself. But I think he'd be happy with a P3 Pat as well. P4. Oh, DRS is enabled as well.
Yeah, I think it's just a bit too late though. But DRS could have helped Kalsper, but he's run out of time. If he's going to make the move on ILLT Thomas, he's going to have to do it now. In his last couple of corners, there's Kagino as well, all over the back of PMP Pat. Don't know what to say, Dan, but we might as well have a look at Lewis first, because he's coming around the final couple of corners. Then Season 1 race opener, Louis Welsh. He's been a fantastic drive, and he is going to take the race win here in Austria. Then absolutely fantastic drive. Congratulations, Louis Welsh. But Danny Morris, anything happening behind as we come to the end?
No, it looks like Thomas is going to hang on to second place. Kalsper's going to get third, and Kagino lost a lot of time there to Pat in P5. So it's yellow flag. Oh, is that Lion? Lion spun. Lion's gone. He's gone. He's gone.
Meanwhile, Kobe Koami has gone up to P5 with the penalties. Other than that, it doesn't look like there's much change.
Dark Bolt and Matt last corner, very close. Who's going to get this? Dark Bolt's going to get P5. Matt's the whole way down at P13.
Disappointing for Matt. Meanwhile, MNT Lion's gone off at the final corner, but he is going to get the car home over the line in P14. And it's looking like the American Mystic Joker is going to be the last man over the line then. So, all in all, Dan, it's a great race. Just as probably what we thought, Louis Welsh winning. But who was your driver of the day today?
I don't know who would say it. You'd always have to say Lewis, because he took pole and fastest lap, pretty much got the Grand Slam. But you'd also have to give PMP Pat a good shout out as well for the amount of positions he gained.
Oh, definitely. I mean, to gain 11 positions, it's in a grid like this, it's not easy, and he's done it fantastically. But I don't know, Dan. Him and Louis Welsh, they both had great drives. I mean, look at the penalties, Dan.
Nobody did not get a penalty.
Matt Tibos, 14 seconds of penalties. I don't even want to look at Mr. Jokers. I would say he only got 1 3 second.
That's because that's to get 2 5 seconds that served in the pits.
Well,
Jesus.
There you go. Race 1 done.
Race 1 done. Division 2 is going to be tomorrow night, whereas that's going to be a very interesting one, and then yourself in Division 3 on Friday.
Yeah. Not looking forward to that, but yeah.
I'm expecting a race win on Friday.
Joking, it, yeah. I only play the game, win or race. I don't even play it.
No, that's great.
Yeah,
but Lewis does take the win. Thomas in second, Kalsper third, Pat fourth, Combi fifth, Kagino sixth, Wesker seventh. Fantastic job for the reserve. SH in eighth, Kevin ninth, Mist Tedgman in 10th, Nick 11th, Darkbolt 12th, Matt 13th, Lion 14th, and I think it was Mystic in P15. So in all was a very, very good race. But yeah, first off, Richie, how did you enjoy your return?
Well, you start the race, and then your 2 co-commentators just run off and leave you.
I know. But
I was like, am I talking to myself here, or what? Where are they gone? But other than that, it was good fun.
Yeah, apparently Fucky told me he had to renew his PSN.
Oh, come on now. What, and synchronizer as well?
I don't know if Sync had to do it, but no, Fucky had to.
I was like, Sync, Fucky, silence. Fucky, Sync, what's going on at the back?
I know.
But yeah, you rescued me.
I know. I was sitting here just being silent. I was like, them 2 boys can take it, but as they didn't speak, I was like, right, I may as well. But yeah, it was good fun, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. But that's pretty much it from me and you. And Division 2 tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, same time, same track. We'll see you all there.